Oh boy. And this one says, congratulations to you, Kwame Osu Kwating, PhD, Associate Professor Kwame Osu Kwating, Department of Supply Chain and Information System at KNUST. Congratulations from Michael Jojo G to you. Good morning, AJ. Watching live, I believe. Eastern Regional Minister said, Kwame Champong. Good morning, sir. Lai Wom. And to you, Ian Owusu. Good morning, bro. What to us? Slim things. And it says a very good morning to you, GH, the young dreamer. It's from Ian Oseus of Wolfpack Consult to you, GH, the young dreamer. Congratulations and keep on keeping on. It says happy birthday to our beloved father, retired Wing Commander Atu Hooper. Good morning, sir. Have a great day. Happy birthday to you, retired Wing Commander Atu Hooper. It's from all your children asking for God's blessings, and especially from Peggy Amadonko to you. Chrissy Pencil, thank you very much. You say you're watching live on Facebook. Have a good watching time and a listening time, Chrissy Pencil. Thank you.
Peace FM.
Abium.
Peace FM.
Yenya ye numbako.
Peace FM 104.3. Who to me talking?
Run, man, run.
Sandana Waho.
Belated birthday wishes to you.
Thank you. Thank you for all that you did for me.
Yeah, man.
You're a good friend.
Monday, July 4 was Alute's birthday. On the US of A.
Yes.
Yeah. And tomorrow, July 7 is Kwekubaku's birthday. So Alute at 60 something. Alute Tinkwanyami show.
Amen.
Don't show for Papa. Amen. Make it, George.
Chairman.
Aten.
Yango pole huyan mobile.
What's
up, man?
Oh, Muye, Papa.
Uncle Lute still looking young.
Or you bad boy. Bad boy.
And good to see him again.
Yeah. Now, ended the president who honor no one.
Inyo.
500 million euro Mansuhuni Valley Railway Line.
Inyo. Yango pona daroma.
Na, were you sure?
Oh, Papa, let that if you have a man paying and now the Danko Akufa do Zudru na any jesama. Na onumpo or a sword cutting, na sword cutting numpono. Nature the washema, man paying na daro mashema. We try Quanibia to ma and see that real line. Now, yet to unpuna kitike namdo. We yet work cut to sword in Pono. And say, or you good pa man the funerariaze, Bado. Na Mejina or ye wasafiase. A name. Nso ya damampanyin na nado danko akufo ado ase wo anamona otui a insuru tompo na onim a orhwe de Ghana bokodo gizi de ketika kwani se ye de enyu si hu ne ye gizi do bobo ma Ghana wafa ne tampe fra papa oba ma pressure owo yan route no do no do atokra titru nyi de yes a box
Peace FM.
Yes free or ye insuta na waso respectively yezerba oye takra the port nti ne daze oye asama na oye nyigesam sisi aye ye ze fi oye manso yeza ko oye huni valley ono no ho short cut na mampanyin na na do danko akofado okoka ye ne da no na ehwe ma na oya reho kesipa mo reho ipa nye de mampanyin zutugwa behwa na mo wenyi gesem nanso mampanyin tugwa de oye yaw de nkofo ya bokaw Ghana bokaw na ya realize ya to no nkofo wiewia de eboko na watwe akwani ze boguo de ye maketeke etumanya Ghana ye Ghana nya etumafu bi eze fitakrade e da ko Huni Valley aza kisima kokumase na ya bokaw ne za to realize no na ekuwia we so na say fix the country. How do we say do all these things and blame the government on certain things? Inti adan besa na America here na attitude yen suban no o ede ye hwekwana ye bafado a ye be sisi ye be nyantete wo yen subanum de nzeme bi wo ho a o de ye ankrankor ye ye ze bo ma no otumpo no na megina do ma aka de sabia se guankor odontwema o san guanku inti se ehu de ibiriwia dam aza otedam na wo ho kwanda ye Ghana yi de botum achi nipakro no that's now called police station inti ye nyina ye mbo ehinenwa na nzama contractors no was abogu ho no mansuman benso amanten the kodru Huni Valley ye nyina ye mbo ehinenwa ne ye bohwedo ma dam keteke kwana mampanyin na do danko akufo ado na komada ho a opedo azeboa Ghana no wetum wezimu madaachi no ye nyina wayemwa mfaso za mahen ma Ghana wafa ne tampefra me say Ghana ye kodru mo ye be ya kodru bia no amanyo sam ne yere ibia obaba no onso bosodo nti onyi da yese no oye de yetu anamona yeze akomakwar na pampam som ye be ye ma wetumpon na anya na aya doomsayers. Oh, on ye, oh, on say. Them rebenya tum no. Them the man we need to stop.
But you see, we have a thriving business in scrap dealing. Inti in one breath, yeah, yabakadeo. Maybe into two railway tracks in the whole Akazi. Maybe into two the margin doesn't know what to a friend and gatters to do nothing. And so, yin baby, I want on scrap organa. You know, we know. Inti, we know there's a market for it. Yin, if we don't scrap dealing, we can't scrap stealing. That is what it is.
Me just a chairman. Oh yeah.
Because share a pokwas interchange. Why am I for to two now and doesn't know? A be a Simoto, a BSc N1, a BSc baby be
very unfortunate. Nanso, oh yeah, Juma, a binum so why genuinely obwa.
When you want raw material, wine.
Oh, if you are no decommission one in the maybe a was say that.
How many times is that done? What is there to not show say ABR one genuine one was shots no some them crofree.
See or your source of able to me if hono. This is the American about they able to use or no as a point of research na you to me there as na wobian was a kwahin. And I say every achihona a himfa ni bohu ni achihwan. Usande o baby was a cocotan. The man amona worry to know, which is very easy to track them. For tracking purposes, I will agree with you. The Ubutumina, you baby, I was a call because Kafandazena obviously doesn't want to fun call a na or ya need binum so ajiban one factory home. And no was that come coffee no I'm melting immediately.
Yeah.
Until when you want condone and connive these things. Into just the other day, as you boy in near track them kofa we deal in those things no na you to me ya one in tap because all ya help papa or how easy in yanso.
If we don't scrap dealing, we cannot scrap stealing.
I mean scraps in our hands are here to view.
I don't know.
Those in the construction field. Anymore, some old structures are or demolition and as you know woman or you far 100% better than current the iron rods na the
on American there are certified ones away but I would know it was certified and if you should be in ya
me use that the way ala
Obisi Kwame, the metal roofing and iron factories also provide a lot of scrap. Well, that one is genuine, I believe. Yes, but how long and how reliable is that service? Because Mentasi, Ibohu would be ukra them who barrow being a baby, no to grill no walk quanum. Hey,
order watching and watching.
Ebi akra by the story to kwanu be in your batching.
Not even my home point the wire road no mobile no go no proper no some mobile.
We are a special breed of people.
If we are an Akes nation, yeah, quite different. And what you get small frustration, anger, desperation, Ghana will change. We are getting back to the old times, so and we crucify people who try to help build this country. Here, politicians, we crucify people.
But it's been going around. I'm not sure how far true this is, but Chado.
Chado.
And then Nancy and Suta Hoyiri.
Papa.
Is the first time it's happened? You know
but
that?
It's a waterlogged area.
Thank you.
It's a water
now,
developers. It's a waterlogged area.
There's an advert that is going round. It is from the Fiscal Planning Department, La Dade Kotopon Municipal Assembly, PO Box 395, La Accra. It says an application for change of use of site. Teo. An application for change of use of site from mangrove, that is protected coastal waterfront zone, to mixed use. In Subi, Fetio, Kopwe Beach, land.
Oh, now you see all that bridge here.
Now, into
Labadi Beach Hotel way.
Into Peshi Lagoon area.
Yeah, that is Peshi.
Why application there? Wapeda was a son. It is a protected coastal waterfront zone. Wapeda already a mixed use for the construction of an 18-unit residential estate and a recreational center.
Well,
Yeah.
By
By that they could to pass assembly.
Yeah, was
And they are asking the Obi will be on Fambra.
Ne Peshi Nangasa or your mouth. Chado Honya or Flado. Or Flada the battery fair.
And we're still blocking the waterway with all these things. By the way, Atik Mohammed, good morning, friend. Welcome from the Republic of Gambaga.
Chairman, good morning.
Boko dear. Mrekudika, Obisi Mimbisa Bibi. I read in yesterday's daily graphic that the Lands and Natural Resources Minister has constituted a 3-member committee to investigate the sale of state lands in the northern region. I'd like to know where, when, and how to approach the committee. We need clarity. What is happening with that committee?
Chairman, you put together a document to brief Ghanaians on. Nti me gize de me pada me yi nsam ne free or me minister na na on chakra e bi empo awiabria na de china obete the details from him. Nti is major na what my details.
It's on state lands I tonton.
Yeah, Nkrophobia encroaching, Nkrophobia ria, Nkrophobia tonton.
No, and your man kasa tonton as well.
I don't know about that.
It should include that one too.
Well,
northern region.
No, everywhere in the country.
No, the focus now is on northern region. This particular text.
It's a bigger issue.
Yeah.
And I'm sure in recent times he has figured in our conversations that the way our state lands, and state nanka said tonton. It's just strange, say Chairman. And you say Abain here as you. Abain keeps having need for Nsase. Now so Yansas here cantonment. Ya tonton, never reach, ya tonton, and at the end of the day, Aban here says, yes, Aban Crona, Esakoto will be full for at a very higher cost. Meanwhile, we could have saying in Sasia away. I work on
Aban Sasso Untia. Aban Oja Sasso.
If it's a private property, you can't just
I'm saying there even two lands are Aban Oja.
No, that is the law. That is on to saying. On
your shade.
Where's some your compensation?
Every compensation. One minute with your compensation. Baby P, even in a guy.
Mention one.
Ninja cantonment say Wutia.
Oh, and you see.
No, something may have been paid. No, wait. Something may have been paid. Ebiana, it is not enough. And I say, Ebia, the going rate is not what they paid for.
Baby Ministry CCC, wait your account.
Oh, but these are old acquisitions. Old acquisitions. I don't even can say, but even in the days of Yakan and Colonial,
yeah, Pajumite.
I take more can you know the Yatrin is the Gina or Act 1036.
Yeah,
on the one the divest. Yes, the divesting is in the Act 1036. Inti the young Egyptians were in Parliament. They will be and Sassibi or and an more there's them on back. But at them on back, so you need to be careful. But on a ebia uncle Lotte baby or can feel meaning by a drink kakra. The old baby or the air the an assassin ye divested. Ye be one.
That is the question.
It's a development to be bar and I ever yet.
So you go and invest in a land like at the cantonments.
I am bra yin yajatum. So do we want to?
But let me ask.
Discretion to divest your interest in lands. For example, I made an acquisition, send me the year, not later. You can divest your interest.
Absolutely, I'm saying so. But who knows? Maybe I'm out. I market there as a buyer investment and another project now, or another project may also come up.
Yes,
but then you might.
No, you can always go to. You can always revise.
Now,
you can always
also
present
then comes back
to the
whether or not at that time government will have that revenue to pay that land.
Okay, Mrekudika, Nientia Nipa from the north, anyway, but I'll say there's a buffer land in front of my shop. An individual is claiming ownership.
In fact,
but let me also ask, in Crawford Kotasasia, almost a waterlogged area, and Crawford Catcher say, we'll fill it for you. Ayana, what do you think?
And you mean you'll be argument also there Dubai Bo we see then wapo.
Yes, but there's engineering. So any engineer sekasa. There's engineering. They can divert the water course and do it well. Into Ibia, despite media and Daniel Siway or your waterway. Proper engineering bet you do. You bet me divert water course no aka for dine and they do it well and they build. And nothing goes wrong. No flooding, nothing. Technology engineering. But we don't apply that engineering. And what I'll find is level.
Of course, it always does.
What I'll find is level. Obviously, talking about scrap, I've been working in the scrap industry for over 45 years. I must say, scrap dealing is very important for our economy. However, random checks and stiff punishment for the purchasers, if found with the products mentioned, will stop the bad practice. Phillips in Takrady. So it comes back to
most of the scraps who are export to. Until we need to scan them.
There's a ban on.
Oh well, it's being exported. This is all a lucrative business for our Ghana.
A ban was placed on the export of.
Imagine if you Cape Coast River, Takrady scraps, Cape Coast scraps. Wuna was sharing all conjunction.
There are genuine ones, you know.
Of course, there will be genuine scrap dealers, definitely. But one we are
like those who pick to sell to the major dealers.
But Tom, you're too get to Chrome. Okay, for those of us, yeah, in the IMF, but those who want to go to Qatar, Qatar, they are simple and no conditionalities. Qatar 2022 is here. Kempon Travel and Tours, the official travel organizer. Say, abinding in annual morning in our say Kempon Travel and Tours, and now you to me, Amanum, say Qatar 2022 Nations Cup and World Cup. No any organization friend Kempon Travel and Tours. Yeah, the 2 million man its own fast supporters in and go home. Now, Omni Consolidated Bank Ghana CBG and boom and yes media. So Consolidated Bank Ghana CBG and Kempon Travel and Tours have partnered to offer attractive packages to you. Ain't say visa, travel fare, feeding, accommodation, sightseeing, match tickets. Well, speak to Consolidated Bank Ghana. CBG were 114 branches. So go to any CBG branch today with your valid passport. Into CBG Bia or Ghana Bia. Uko passport. They have platinum, gold, silver, and bronze packages. And you go there, ask them, check your abrabo, check your pocket, decide which one suits you. And go ahead and purchase either platinum, gold, silver, or a bronze package at any branch of the 114 branches of CBG. If you want any more information, call them 0302 216 000. 0302 216 000. It's a partnership between Kempon Travel and Tours and CBG. CBG says, well, Qatar 2022, we are on our way. Young Konkwa. CBG, we stand with you. Critical in Tatali says, good morning, Chairman General. Kenya has scrapped scrap dealing. It's as simple as that. There are certain things we can actually politicians because, for example, up to now, plastics into me and take a firm decision on plastics. Since you talk flooding, so baby floods in a year. Plastics in Ebi ko beach. Ebi was saying show the need plastics in kwa. Oh my God.
Yeah, I say wa. Never get there. Say you changing your mentality. We need to go back to school.
It is
Because
not
the
school.
very Ghanaian nana o babo abane chiri. Nala nsuni shase na no we ball e go tenu. O you are no wada no abagade into abante one nzu orefa here.
Sisi America say obi the video bi abram. Obi esine dan. Na ehwe baby dan no wa obi alen kancho de waterlogged area. Drain kaka kebi wonenchen ninche mude. Intimate insuru to and we bu no wall. No bu another what's what be kala pass oh baby. Ay baby. Oh.
Kwame ya so maka Jordan yes civil engineers so what problem. We are Kwame. Accra major central Accra. There are only two ways and zoo oko punum. Ekor offer Pamros. From Aboko B Adenta Insoto wo nyina o senze bagba we ade ba malama the for odu ko fase na ye what the other one only offender odo mofi nima kawoku di nikika wunya di sana ade ba fada baka odu for koli offender odo river mo odu ko me say ye nda nyankupo na asipo ndi da mrohwe the president gufo osi dem drainage mosu wa wall wa the buffer new plan station wasn't call in Ganuna into normal ye for ho final fase most of you know say in suit from Boko memle the bar into aveno into ngina the bar udome is west udome run about.
But over time Yaya Shahan encroaches slums plastics.
It started.
We've choked all our drains and built in water.
Housing Corporation. Kwame Nkrumah build or share state housing nasin. Awudome estate o create Aveno. Most Argentina. Danso Mami estate Shabu Meyefi Nkoko Nkakadiba. It created some small slums. No, only in Abanjo, no one with you. Because India could have been one of the best story sites. Our Rabino constituency,
Esla
Uzu. But we left it. In the mountain, the baby government, heavy project will be on the slums. No water. It's legal, they mean, actually, it's legal, but it's legal, yeah. A prestige area like this. Ne ebo there nkofuru to ton in tabu na nyamanyam there. It's an eyesore. It's an eyesore. But that is the Ghanaian mentality. Oh, you bagaja the young too more. Well, we vote you wahabu.
Makaka that we need a benevolent dictator. What's me too no? And we hear be a obetria swakaka. It's the only way. Today, my guy Paul Kagame day. Nitimi ya dembasa. Oh, me penasem papa.
Plastic asema America, India.
Nitimi ya den, but at least you can see
he has developed
results. Oh, by the way, he honored two retired Ghanaian Major Generals.
Yes.
Major General Henry Kwame Anyidoho.
No,
and Major General Joseph Na Edinkra. These are two Ghanaian generals. I am happy that Paul Kagame has honored them
was extraordinary.
For what they did during the Rwandan genocide. Sometimes we shouldn't always be celebrating or talking about bad news. Good news also is good.
It's good.
And these are two Ghanaian army officers who have made the Ghana Armed Forces and our entire country very proud. Because Mekai Second General Nido book Guns Over Kigali, or try about his experiences in Rwanda and how when the UN decided to pull out and he decided that he will not, it created a major problem. It almost became an international diplomatic problem because the UN said we're pulling out of Rwanda. General Nido say what? Niperu is Yenja. So at the peril of our lives, so the Ghanaian armed forces or the Ghanaian contingent stayed under his command. Also, we will not leave because Niperu na yakwa woboku more.
That's bravery.
Yeah. So actually, the word is for bravery. So General Anidoho, General Edinkra received state honors in Rwanda.
We salute them.
Oh
salute
yes.
Them.
Oh yes.
They've made us proud.
They've made the country proud. They've made themselves proud. They've made their families
At least
proud.
we are in the hearts of the Kigalis.
And they
surrounding
made
the stadium and protecting thousands of Rwandese.
And they've made my favorite state institution very proud. The Ghana Armed Forces. Yeah, man. They've made the Ghana Armed Forces proud.
Passionate as there can.
Oh, weja.
Never free baby.
Oh, soldier dear Charlie, you can't go wrong. Oh. They've made my favorite state institution very proud. Eh, soldier fuka yemboazi ayeka. And they say why am yanka nekesi. They've made the
but to know Koku what to post him there.
Hey, they've made the Ghana Armed Forces very, very proud.
Very proud.
And I'm very proud of them. Major General Henry Kwame Anyidoho, Major General Joseph Na Edinkra. I want to
Papanani's citation was extraordinary. Then when everybody left,
they remained.
And he should have even rewarded them long ago. But it is not yet late.
Better late than never. No, it was a beautiful moment. Very beautiful moment. Very, very beautiful moment.
A small group of
yes. You know, and this one from Obi Aminyimno, or a lawyer. Also, Kwame, my course mate from the Rwandan Law School. We attended Coventry, that's in the UK. His name is Kabandana. He says Major General Anidoho and his battalion literally saved his life when everybody pulled out because they declared that area like their zone and they protected with their lives. Also, General Anidoho and the Ghana Army declared the area a no-go area, and that was how our lives were saved.
Wow.
Yeah. And he could have been killed, though, you know that?
Yeah.
They could have wiped them out. They could have wiped them out completely. And it's such a good feeling.
See that determination. In our current situation, or they are sure my generation were ye. Nay Ghana so in ya Ghanaians, yes, ye Gina, more money or cocan. I a pessimist in the
Ni from Adenta says, Mrekuduka. Ni from Adenta says, tell Mrekuduka that we're in practical times and not book long. The scrap dealing needs strong leadership and not theories. Also, scrap dealing, man, ever come rough. Okay. And Padinos, why I scrap Ejuma 45 years. No? Also, Kwame, professionally, I'm a foundry engineer.
I see.
And scrap are raw material for our industry. Now, what we need to do is that the Ghana Highway Authority, Departments of Urban Roads and Feeder Roads, should get the gratings labeled during casting. Once the scavengers bring these to you, you get them arrested. But that is if we will have patriotic Ghanaians.
So it needs to be regulated. Or your baby or there because in Juma or pa.
Obviously, Lotenko English classes. Also tell Aloteji Corps the saying is better late than never, not it is never late. We say contextually the two mean totally different things.
No, he was not quoting it.
Okay, here's a retired army officer. He says, Kwame, until full military force is applied, our mindset will not change. Number 2, the Chado General area stretching from Bemakam to the Kweshi Lagoon used to be a military training area. What has happened now?
That is true.
Major Eric Osei retired, aka Action. Action. Kwame, all Rwandans of a certain generation are fond of Ghanaians because of what General Anidoho and the Ghanaian Armed Forces did. They mentioned General Anidoho's name in hallowed tones. I'd like for you to read one that UN pull out. Read a book, Shake Hands with the Devil, by General Romeo Dallaire, the last force commander who pulled out under orders. Even he said he doesn't know how the Ghanaians did it. And he says General Anidoho was his best soldier. This is so very touching, paying tribute to Major General Anidoho and to all the soldiers who went with them. And I'm very happy. In fact, me who video now is so touched that President Paul Kagame decided to honor Major General Anidoho and Major General Edinkra. So don't mercy. Say a seminar at 2 mono. Senye sa memman penifo mienu. So as I said, they've made my favorite state institution proud, the Ghana Armed Forces. They've made themselves, their families, their children, and they've made the Republic of Ghana very proud. Thank God for their lives and what they did. We won't wait for them to pass on before we start saying nice things about them. Kwame, the major problem of our country is the mentality and attitude of Ghanaians. Until we change our mentality and begin to show patriotism, we'll keep complaining. Stephen in Sian Asokore. Okay, moving on. I think you're always advocating national policies in this country. I think having national policies will solve most of our problems. Because of lack of this, okay, it's quite twisted. Building in unauthorized and waterways has been a normal practice in recent times. The activities of these unpatriotic people are aided by crooks within our metropolitan and district assemblies. The most irritating is that they will blame the government if action is taken to demolish their properties, which is illegal. KBC in second D. And then Kwame, you are talking about plastics. Let government take action. And you, the journalist, will come and speak against it. Zakaria in Ibuakwa. Oh, are you sure? The problem with us as a country is that we talk too much and do virtually nothing as far as solving our problems is concerned. When other countries are bold enough to take drastic measures, we're here talking grammar. Baba Chairman in Tamale. And then those scrap dealers sometimes not just come to your house only to steal, but also often they take away our children, which happened in my area last year. Martin John in Ejuso Domain Abra. Kenya has banned the use of poly bags and the use paper bags, Menaris in Brekum. So why can't we do it? Kwame, the problem with the Kagame regime is like a cork invest in water. The moment the pressure is released, the cork will come up. Let Kagame go and you will see the African Rwanda. Note, however, that anything achieved by force is not durable. APJ in Sunyani. Well, APJ at this point, it may not be durable in the end, but for now, it's good. Accra is choked and needs a deep thinking and a bold president or government to move the national administrative capital. This has been a call that has been waiting. Francis Brakwa and Kumasi, somebody suggested we move to Kentampo. Somebody also says, why don't we, for example, why shouldn't Mekuduka's ministry be in Accra? Lands and natural resources. When it should be at Accra? It should be in the western region or Bunaf or somewhere.
What's the significance of that? What would the significance?
Okay, one, you move it into an area where they have the raw material base there. That's one. Two, by doing that, you open those places in terms of schools. Imagine a whole ministry with this attendant synergies. So you're going to get a lot more people now going there. People are going to move if it's structured to say regional capitals. You see, anytime I can say me, me feel say it was a waste of our time. Saying to say you be a utinkwa, right? Police station, police administration, hospitals, schools, military clinics. So a whole life evolves around it. And then you take some of the pressure off the center. You understand what I'm saying? A lot of the pressure will leave the center. But because we don't have, coming back to what your fears are, your concerns may be, it's not seeing any decentralization properly done. Decentralization of properly. BBI was center.
I agree with your first point. You know, in South Africa,
yes,
even the judiciary or baby fufu.
So they have Pretoria.
They have
Pretoria. They have Johannesburg. They have Cape Town.
I mean, say lands and natural resources Western region. Say about for Caraba. Boto Nsu Boto is the I mean, you open the economy locally there. Say mo cooking tempo. That's a great ministry.
Cost to the citizenry. Intimi Figambaga ba. Is them called the way to. Why don't you?
See, so from the Republic of
access your services in my region. I necessarily don't have to travel.
That will be done.
So the Republic of Gambaga say, if for example, open your passport, why should you come to Accra?
Absolutely.
Accra.
Chairman, for example, if I need a permit from say ministry.
So now they don't even come. Passport, they don't come.
Young can say I need young can say a mining license, for example, and any mineral right, whether prospecting or reconnaissance, whatever it is. Chairman, and say me fruka. Every baby I me want about Accra to Minerals Commission. There should be a way for me to access that in my region.
Yes, so
but there are regional mineral commission offices
and regional offices.
Yes.
And don't even MCAS.
Do they give the licenses? They don't.
Because
they
of
only
the
do
act. Because of the
act.
But now, you BB offend MCAS. MCAS, you can even sit in your room or Republic of Gambaga and apply for a license. It will go through the region, the district, the region, and it will be signed for you without even coming to Accra.
Okay.
But Kwame, I always take this as an example. The building of this city, Las Vegas. It took one person, Al Mogri, to build what we have as Las Vegas today. And see, ninya ye leadership. Ninya ye leadership. Ninya ye, it's about the corporate world. Say ye tumne ye kede ye boa. Enjoy yame. Yeah, Ghana, Kwame, the last time we were on your platform here, yes, sir, Ghana banks, commercial banks, local commercial banks, they don't help at all. What they finance is buying and selling, nothing else. Babruchi and then Europe, what would they area business be? Whether a small scale business, you will get the banks coming to you to come and assist you. I had to say them buying and selling. Don't forget, I'll
say the man that they also told you, say, don't forget, banks are business entities.
Oh, business entities.
For example, your ADB, now your NIB. Take concept. Let's look at concept. ADB was for agri, NIB was for industries, Bank for Housing was for the housing sector, GCB was generally for general banking. These were state-owned banks.
For national investment.
But because there's no private individual or private businessman or in the bank, now catching there on the bank and find support to A or B. It is business. Until where the capital goes is where he follows. So we cannot force banks there. Go and invest in agri.
When you don't make it
it is not today planting for food and jobs. Fantastic concept, but there are major problems on the ground.
The implementation is terrible.
If a bank gave you say $10 million, Sefaka planting for food and jobs, now as a cost of fertilizer, now abandoning car.
Yes.
Bank no want you.
Exactly.
So there's no synergy, and no bank wants to take that risk.
Chairman, what I'm understanding is disbursements to some ministry and the sub program in the last 6 years.
Share.
And yes, Gakumao. So question I maybe some. Chairman,
why has it Kokrokoo? See, what I'm hearing in there, they want to follow the Indian model,
which is
the local banks in their own. Profit be a certain percentage be or there was a cabinet never approve, there was a parliament, so that the local commercial banks in for Subia will be a certain percentage be was the finance at the agricultural industry.
You can't force people.
No, sometimes you need to. That's what the Indians did.
It's a free market.
They have succeeded. The Indians look at their population about 1.4 billion.
Program me if we had implemented planting for food and jobs in a year, the way I say yena, and can be assured say banks now because they go.
No, but maybe or why it has succeeded.
So you force them to invest in an area on Beboka. But if
Anyway.
they are going to incur losses, Chairman, it won't be fair to them.
No.
And Ghana is a free market economy.
Okay.
You trust that time now. You force entities to do what you want.
And
That
Pacho,
price
one
control is not-
soldier Peking has entered the discussion. Fire. He says, interestingly, we in Ghana do not value the experience of retired soldiers like Major General Anyidoho, amongst many others. He was virtually vilified back in the day for appearing to support the head of state at the time, whilst he was just doing his job under his commander-in-chief. We spend so much money to train them, use them, and virtually cast them away, where they usually die lonely, penniless, and broken. Well, if we will not honor them, others will, and will remain nothing but the perpetual losers. Good morning, Chairman General. Fire, my big brother, good morning. I totally agree with you on this one. We are aligned. We may not be aligned on planting for food and jobs, but this one says, hey, when is the next regional ministers conference? Hey, may I suggest to the regional ministers to table and seriously discuss the economic potentials of their regions, particularly agriculture and tourism. They should invite serious and willing entrepreneurs in their various regions to attend these conferences. For instance, HGL in Adaklu, owned by Senyo Hosi, may want to consider more profitable investments in the Savannah region. Usebet in Sunyang, owned by somebody, may want to expand hospitality to the Volta region. Tropical Cable may want to invest in teak for electric poles in the OT region. These are all possibilities we must deliberately and strategically explore to locally generate billions and find jobs. We need to strengthen regional economies. This ought to be deliberate and thought-led. It will not happen accidentally. This is something I know Atik will buy into.
More investment should go into agri.
Make the environment.
And I'm happy
so
that
that people gladly go there.
I think we need to support the Minister for Agriculture in this line. They are trying to go on the Indian model. But
if I may ask a question, is this something that he's amenable to? Has he asked you to support him?
No. What I'm saying, I mean that.
Anyway, yeah, well.
If that should be the Parliament, Butuma approve through cabinet idea. Then,
Chairman, as some you see.
You
I'm
go
looking
and
for
support
a story
the
in the
agriculture, one ball farm, boom, bomb, agriculture development bank for one ball farm, one ball shop, put there. Then the money will it be profitable? This is a close season. Close season. It's a how do we get fish? Not just the importers na what the number ice fish na your bottle. You
mean frozen fish, not ice fish?
Ice fish.
Chairman, what come and
fresh fish. That is how it is.
I think who are graphic or be graphic page 39. In common in per se they will come to your favorite subject. Don't worry. Many are taking that I think
this preemptive I'm on page 39.
do you see the story I see?
Yeah, non-traditional export earnings rise.
And Pacho, can you also then?
Non-traditional export earnings rise by 17%.
And what figures are we looking at? Second paragraph.
From $2.8 billion in 2020, the figure has increased to $3.3 billion in the year under review.
Non-traditional exports
No, that's good.
has gone as high as 17% increase from 2.84 billion in 2020 to 3.33 billion in the year under review. Now it comes to the photograph of Dr. Ifwa Sabia, CEO, Ghana Export Promotion Authority. My question to you, Atik. We're now an economics and finance person. So how come we're not talking about these stories? Non-traditional exports. That is any cocoa, any gold, any timber, any diamond. Non-traditional exports have grown this much.
Has increased by 17%.
And we're still going to IMF?
Yes, because when the child said,
so
with these
where is the money? What have we done with it? At the end of this, we are here. Because if Ghana Export Promotion Authority says this, It's on the business page of Graphic, page 39. If you have Graphic, you may check. Non-traditional exports, it's like handicrafts, artifacts. This Anyamano. If so, sometimes the answers are right here. Anyway, so that dovetails me now into IMF. Anytime I'm saying, here's our story for me before we go to IMF. And then you guys now seriously reading the story. You know, on your one.
Oh, but no, I am very positive. You know, Chairman, I know. Yes, yeah, but Chairman, the scribes in
make sure other stories. Yeah, also.
This is a good development. Positive news, but of course, we consider 2020. That was a year pandemic. You would not expect exports say because the way until between 2020 and 2021, when economic activities resumed in earnest, you would expect say we would have a percentage increase. But nonetheless, it is important. And I say, you catch who say. Beyond the regular and our traditional exports now, we can increase our foreign earnings. Say, invested time and energy in the non-traditional exports.
Yes. So then, I ask myself,
look at that.
Why are we doing this to ourselves?
Chairman, maybe
non-traditional exports. Anyway, let me send a shout out to my very good friend, Lieutenant Colonel Frank Ajiman. Happy birthday to you, Stoner. Bless you, regardless of everything. One love always. Anyway, I think Twaso.
Yes, and Chairman, maybe by the time you're better as in India, we still have issues with our balance of payments. IMF ideally, Chairman, when you have issues, your body be a members. As we speak, I think the membership is around 187 members, and they are just there to help countries that are facing BOP crisis, balance of payment crisis. That is, if it gets to a point you cannot finance your imports. And if you find it difficult to service your debt.
And Patricia, Obi ahead they say I can't bro food on pay you,
balance of payment a record of.
Okay, I think balance of payment now. Obi say it will surprise you. The forex or the foreign exchange from our non-traditional export and others are used to pay for our foreign currency denominated loans. That is how come you don't see the money. Hey. Anyway, I think Tasso.
Okay. Yeah, BOP, we're just talking about a record of your transaction as a country against the rest of the world. And Tinyoma Udi Kwamanoni and Nyoma Ukrabano. Sa record of sa transactions, and the balance of payment. And it's like a double entry accounting thing. Udi ko Emma Osikano. It goes in as credit. Near every Omaimu air quotia for services and goods abroad, so you record it as a debit. And at the end of the day, that is why it's called balance of payment. So it is a balance between your payments that you pay out and the receipts, which is payments are yet amount. And the dream Arabia now you are finding it difficult to pay for Nyama or Krabano. That is when we say you are in BOP crisis and difficulties. A lot of the time, BOP, there are several sub accounts, but the most important is the current account. And here countries. As for the capital and financial accounts, here, but here, sir. Nagana had Adana says, yeah, you drew and be a IMF. You go to the IMF when you suffer one or a multiple of these crises, nearly kind of BOP crisis, fiscal crisis, and financial crisis. Magana Pembenzo Edri, we are facing fiscal crisis and we are also facing BOP crisis. And Nientia, when you know, brain say we are recording higher deficits, make fiscal deficit.
Brofini and such as a young boy.
I know, Chairman. No crack, no.
But
you might be a horse.
But okay,
flesh on his skeletons.
Yeah, Yamoy Bray,
Chairman, I'm going to church mu nentia. It's not necessarily.
Flesh is who skeleton.
Sometimes it may become winding. Intina may go straight to specifics. Just a bar near my brain. I think to us.
Who can say, well, in some sense, you are right. But there are other things. So there were some other headwinds. Some of these were shocks that we didn't anticipate. But Myanmar pandemic, for example, pandemic it affected a lot of countries, and it affected our exports. It also affected the revenues in Nasifo. But at the end of the day, we found a way. There was a recovery plan that even involved us getting Sikebi. Ama economy no agina nine so ana ama economy no atumpo. So the question I may be saying is, in recovery plans now, you do two akwemu ayekoji ehusika no. What are the results? And the other questions when they say IMF way, you don't just go there. You go there with a memorandum of economic and financial policies. And the question I may be saying is, IMF, we are going to prepare a memorandum of policies on the basis of which are on the approve program. Why is it that we didn't start observing and implementing some of these policies? And we waited until we got to start pointing. The other issues when they say, who share yet? No, it's a rhetorical question. But if you do so, you can. And who share me my view is say idea a pien ya kodu sa pempensu kesi debt debt financing say de bia you record high deficits na ko bobisia say ye di be yenuma, and we have become loan addicts, and the IMF is the rehab center for loan addicts. Chese ya ko jibusian sa just in 2021 we went to float sovereign bonds, euro bonds, and other bonds combined to raise $3.025 billion. Chairman, I am not sure, sir, we are likely to get Sika Ebedrusa because, Usha, you are given financing based on your quota. Ghana quota is 738 billion SDRs. Who converting in dollar terms, that's about, you multiply by 1.3 because the equivalent of an SDR in today's terms, as at yesterday, stands at $1.3. And you multiply, I think you get a figure of around 900 NBB. It's not even up to $1 billion. But the IMF, almost financing is such that you are allowed to, depend on which facility you are going for, you are allowed a cumulative, financing of up to 600, even see 427%, depending on which program you're going for. But the MPSA say, and Sika Yebenyano, no, it doesn't matter whichever program we go for. And found program I koji, and found Yediko, mean Jin this year, Yebeti mean Sika Ebebu 3 billion. And if we had 3 billion in 2021, Chairman, March, the bonds were sold in 2021, March. We could have solved some of the balance of payment issues. Reserves, we could have boosted our reserves. We could have dealt with some of these crises. I always say, but Sasikano in nature, Yantima Yashi, we are going to
Scanaway.
What's that?
Ain't it Scanaway?
And when Chairman, it's a question I say in Ibisa.
This is Ganesha, Impanibotum.
Sikanway, because I am a vehicle just to deal with our pressures as a CR away and sweet. A balance of payment problems are away. And a temporary, as for the financier of the IMF, is to give you temporary respite so that Ubetimi are implementing some adjustment policies. Be now now be. And you say you with the conditionalities. And conditionalities, one I would call in the memorandum of policies and economic policies and financial policies now would call one I would call. And yes, IMF was set of policies be almost chain. Sebra jiwe na koye debi. One is so chro. I'm trying, for us to get back to our feet. And these are the things we are committed to doing. Usually, it involves reduction in deficit. It involves reduction in your debt and restructuring of your debt. And as if in 2017 towards 2018, yeah, debt restructuring as if for just to we pursued some fiscal consolidation policies, but near me one say, yeah, the COVID as an excuse to explain away Sabi the way basa after COVID no, because from 2021 things have not been the same. Meanwhile in 2020 no. Obiaji to say Newman not there were problems, economic growth even declined and so forth. But from 2021, things were getting better. But and in 2021 now Newman started say agency. And for me, the question I keep asking is what are we going to present as Sebi we couldn't have done before getting to that point? And only as maybe sir. But before I end this for free so. There was a debt management strategy, not a medium-term debt management strategy, and it involved a lot of things. They had an arrangement, na yako create sinking fund. Gem fund say wako bobisia na timing
sinking fund.
Say
Sinking fund.
No, sunken. That's
sunken. Okay.
Yeah, it's sunken fund. Sa fund no, yam fund say wako bobisia na time na SM started to maybe there is some moratorium be time ni nyensunya. I need to start putting money. Waiting. Mean trying to say time to be shy and sana. Like time to be drew time I SM started to and be drew and sana must start to ya. Bushim you can say afibia so di kakra ekobusa sanking fund. So that time no sooner you have enough money to start. So there won't be pressure on you. And government also divested itself of certain contingent liabilities. Nti nyoma bi wa state enterprises ne bi wo ha aban etwi no ho free ho. Nti omuko bobisia na I cannot no or one is but we abandoned the way and we went back to doing the things that are not edika no. Get farm for example. Get farm kobobisia, it becomes government's contingent liability. Well, not contingent liability. In fact, and yeah, you can consider it as a contingent liability because omunye directly under institutions now are buying edi omukobobisia no. Omuna omuka sesisia de we can go and borrow on our own balance sheet. But Canaba are buying a betuya until it becomes government's contingent liability. Until when you know Ekikahu ama yen kanu ekos says Chama Yakaze. As the last check, it appears yen debt to GDP no is almost 79%. Chama, this cannot be sustainable. Adiwe a hydrogen okos ruba for ma ebe how because at the end of the day, Yakoji revenues now, and we complain about revenue shortfalls. And idea say you decided to impose to introduce some benchmark you can say discount to be Kokrokoo free amount on Nipa no pays 50% less of Nesu Tia. Meanwhile, Sika, we don't have that much money. Now you want to reverse it at the Naba. Why did we in the first place introduce it? Yeah, a lot of populist interventions we could have avoided. What you say? And the chairman, baby, I agree. For me, we have to have a broader conversation because IMF the process needs you've already indicated your intention. Say, I want to have a conversation with you. But we are the letter of intent are buying so modicon because you usually would take a letter of intent and accompanied with your memorandum. I say government should open up. What are the areas we can reform by way of economic policies at the end of the day, sa program kwasi edin the respite panel bebrain. Ne mom so emma ye ho enkochi MP because usually sa programs it is because there are slippages, there are overruns na sa numantina wakodu sa pempenso into udru so catch say oh deficit are me recording bebrebe near me be ye going forward it would involve cutting down on expenditure. The chairman cool of way sorry say omuhio musika say ahunchiraba they need money. Are you going what kinds of expenditures are you going to cut down on? And abisi aye born bebrebe so be ye kan ye ntie going forward. I say your tree breaks no so. Your tree breaks no so what are going to be the implications? And Quine Ben to absorb some implications no. these are the conversations I think we need to have. As for going or not going, maybe every year we cannot say Yentiminko because already we are not that credit worthy to go to the international capital market to get Sika Yihiano. If we were that credit worthy, the Anka we wouldn't need IMF. Which tells us the ICM no kra okowa there are issues. Either at the end of the day, coupon rates are benyano, untimintia, and our subscription no be very low. And your best is to go to the IMF. Now I show Nyoma ye, then maybe Nyoma Jinan we can nominate
Nyoma Jinan
ubetimi back beam. And as we speak, our only way out IMF. But near SME can say, Chairman, IMF, so they do what they call precautionary financing.
Precautionary financing. I know you're
doing. You see, Minister of Finance, everybody in the economic space, said, when your debt is not sustainable, Chairman, a bedroom pension should be why who said no, I need to do something. Nanke say we should have gone to the IMF earlier than we are doing now. Now we are extremely vulnerable. Yes, time and not AB. Say our legs were wobbly at some point. Nanke, that was the time and Nanke say but say see the other form. Oh, auntie, what the form now qua? Enunku any if you have shaky legs, udra ebi niyan say nipan beso mu na wa page. But baby, I say ye kase ye the form kratim. Auntie, ebi you would need more than 2 people to even carry you and sana wait me now nine so. Auntie, why? As far back as February, countries like Uganda, Argentina said, look, we are headed up the creek. Auntie, I say IMF may intervene. They wrote letters to them. Auntie, who can a letter of intent now?
Ebiswaka say,
Enamike say.
Ebiswaka say abanyan kasa no. Ni tintintinti. Ane a son in someone or kafa NDC no call IMF inti. There was a certain amount of pride and omusru.
My economics no pride there, boy, bro.
Inti and then the abedru say.
You see, economics no pride there, boy, bro. Because no matter these are phenomena, and these are things that happen. No matter ACC, and in economics, no matter what say, if I do this, this is likely going to be the effect. So you can't continue borrowing. And expect say you have stronger BOP position. And you can't continue to record high deficits and expect say, oh, we economy need the nine so. Because the higher the deficits, the higher the debt you go to incur. Because you need to finance the deficit. And at the end of the day, you have a so-called borrow, and once you borrow, it puts pressure on your revenues, and at the end of the day, your expenditures no be from you know say we never. Until whether who can send be a mrea etremu, chama you unati kunyam so here. You know where it pinches. Let's say ebi me can send be mrea etremu. Let's say I find myself in a situation now. And found me can because I need to get it done right. Until me maminya omupa omumfanka asem. But at the end of the day, you must do right by the citizens. So and yeah, this for Quantina yet to Abanama. I doubt even this for Kra to Abanama MPP for Ghana for do now to Abama. They are not almost say NDC Antina like Bebuma to please NDC for. I'm not sure that is that's the thinking of Ghana for to Abanama. But Chairman, I don't think sir it is largely about the politics of it. I don't know. It's just I don't want to say sir. We have a problem with the leadership of our economic management. And let me be very clear on this occasion. Make us specifically about the finance minister. Chairman, there are issues. There are issues. And
what are the issues?
Oh, now and you know. So you have the finance. Oh, no,
one question in Korea. Because in Korea, finance minister can
who is in charge of our fiscal policy in this country?
Twaso.
The finance minister. And if we are having fiscal crisis, Chairman, say what fiscal crisis are. Mean to even first one Bank of Ghana governor. There be nipa na or manage fiscal policy no or no na say this bono
finance minister
exactly Yantimika says finance means and also or Boyjuma. Abrazia, we are in crisis. The same way, Yaya Numa Bibria, Chairman, Mbwa, some of the measures already by revenue measures already by they were counterproductive. For example, Chairman, you are having shortfall in revenue receipts. Now I say a revenue stream to say road tolls, what is the replacement? And you're thinking is a E-levy never be. When you say, Chairman, E-levy is contributing to the higher cost of prices. I mean, the higher prices are higher costs. Yeah.
How is that?
The higher cost of
how
goods.
is that related?
Good. Chairman, if I am selling goods, now I pay. I mean, somebody buys. Now nipani chia by Momoa. The person pays higher than ordinarily or by shop ebetoy. What you say? That additional cost, is what pushes the price of that commodity. If I'm going to tell you, I do we say 2 cedis. But Miss Sendimo Momawa, I pay maybe 2 cedis, 50 pesos, like the charge and then the tax I meet to was on. When you ask me the price of this, I'm not going to quote the price. Nipano Eton one shop no more. But how much you paid is the price for you. Until at the end of the day, I can't tell you say way 2 cedis, 2 cedis, 50 pesos now the catch. So you bring a revenue measure, which at the end of the day is inflationary in nature. You can't amount for it. And you say, you think say a no can replace another revenue stream. Me do want in tears here. Meanwhile, we here let's ignore the lower receipts and normal can say you know you can be bring free to boost. Tell me, what do? You innovate. And yes, Sikano a bit like custom for whole. But collection is a problem. So what do? Do you solve a collection problem by completely scrapping a tax handle? And yes. And I revenue handle, for example, for and in Numa, baby, every some of them, the result and are the function of some wrong fiscal policies that we pursued. And but the truth say we have overborrowed than we ordinarily should. And the one says sometimes people think that borrowing is a strong kubiama. Sometimes they go and when they do the road shows and there are oversubscriptions, then they jubilate. Say, oh, economy my bonds are oversubscribed. Government bonds all over the world are deemed to be safe bonds. Of course, even though some are riskier than others, but generally, the assumption is that as for government bonds, sovereign bonds, they are safe. Into a beer pesoto, and can or mind to say Ghana, oil and as for. And at the time, I hear floaty bonds, commodity prices such as gold, they was true. Until obi beto bonds are on him say and yebia minisika yebetimi tuame repayment in the possible. But also in Chelsea say we need because once you become a loan addict, once an addict, always an addict. Until Chairman, we exited the program in 2019. Less than 2 years, we are back to it again. In fact, 2009 year we exited in 2012. 2015 yes because and there's an academic paper, and I recommend that paper to whoever cares what the effect of IMF loans and IMF financing a year on the growth of economies. It is written by one renowned economist, Robert Barrow. It's a 2005, publication. I'll get you the full title of the paper. Chairman, he estimates that there's a negative effect of regular participation in IMF loans on economic growth. Which tells you the IMF in your idea essay you need to peace I say because at the end of the week or this can affect growth in that for. Make a chat to and maybe speak about other things later.
Yeah, or the chat tour and then you chat tour. It's a make a sinking fund. I say a sinking fund. It is actually sinking fund. We'll leave it there for now.
Okay, all right. Yeah, well, then.
Okay, Opa, check who teacher for me. So check me teacher.
No, I mean, thank you. Thank you for the correction. And so at the end of the day, Chairman, baby is going to have political implications.
You mean we brought ourselves here?
But Ukraine, any Russians, some Obi Kasadina, as the reasoner. Yeah, call IMF. Chairman, Botswana is one of the few countries that Omunko IMF that. Meanwhile, they are a member. Kuwait, they are a member. Omunko IMF that. So it is not to say
na say Kuwait you be able to say
no na Botswana swear na Botswana swear
Botswana do
was catching
Botswana
chairman
in terms of
you see
diamond
more muska diamond tourism
you need diamond wo kroma
the diamond you go diamond you can compare that to Botswana.
No, what is their rank in terms of world produce of gold, like world exports?
Me
no. Hey, who can say they
have the table for it?
They have diamond.
They have diamond.
Yes,
well
good. Your timber, your manganese,
I know,
your oil.
Botswana has diamonds.
Yeah,
that's
but
what I know.
Fair enough. But chairman, your gold, your diamonds, your manganese, your crude oil says yampo. But nini nechino. Omo diamond is what yetimika diamond pen yetimika. Which as you said, that is maybe the only or the major mineral omo.
When you compare their population to
it's not the
yes.
I'm not talking about per capita, I'm talking about GDP.
Yeah, that's right.
Omo in nominal terms.
Yes.
GDP GDP. But we have everything that they a lot of things they don't have. Chairman, the end of the day is about leadership.
Leadership, Minko Bisamri Kuduka. How come we came here? How did we get here?
Chairman.
Yes, sir.
Anope Maminchi awete.
Yeah, Jodo.
Na menkade da mabri enyi Ghana for kasa. Or there when you are the ho, nenya abutar. Sande Ghana for no worite. Na moroko du bians wo ho. Na bibia yedri mde kasa wa bagana he nyina ye IMF na dodo na mo bi san yimponyi de IMF no onye baze jezi de ye nyina ye nyim de IMF no oye bank amanaman nyina why hona adwen after the third world war de wo behwe na sabia wesiesi won ho esie ama ho bi ba wotum aboaboa won ho only the IMF ye kan ho asem sisiare na dam ohawa orebano na chede oye unexpected ebia na bibia esi dem world war sisi ya ozo hawba amana man nyina na dam saso nso na dam abri yer kasei biaza fa na nyina bia za bobo bia bompay de nka ohawa wesi wo amanone titru ni Russia na Ukraine no dam ohawa wabada wontem no do botwa na oya na munuanom Ghana fo mejanom na menano enwore kasa mo wakanye de na baze nyi covid ye waka ho asema e baze nyi Ukraine na Russia war waka ho asema mayer kan nyina nyi de mbre bi be ya na Ghana fo nyina moframa wo Ghana ha wontum ko school yema achechirefo watifie nso no ide o mani yabakaw ni etua achechirefo kaw for 9 months bosom akron no wonye adwuma nso onam the leadership na ye wonti yema wotine fie na yetua hon kaw gizide se boye adwuma na se ibi ombe adwuma 9 months bigide no nsunsuandon oka company no oma company no onya enyimnyam oma company no onko nenyim onu ye example kesa oide Ghana fu yetase de se kade yenyi normal times oide nyina yetase dem moto di biwa no ye how kese na binsi Ghana de mpanyinfo kita bags binum whatna pickups echi no woni na mefiefie no wori chiziban sentinyi de domdodo na no wonko adwuma wonye adwuma obviously dem abrabo to them no obenya impact e wo economy no do omo man no untumpon demra ose chairman mezo onu rotu nchena ansa na dem o hawa mobobodo nyina de achechire futifie bosoma akro na yentua won kaw yene na mefiefie ye chicheziban oduru bi baby mpo mampanyi na nado danko akufado ni yem hyehyen ose demra won kwa adwuma na Ghana nko nenyim enyinam kanyia mpo no yenyim de Ghana fododo na enye sika no wetua ti dem abre no mama wontua hwe won fa ne free nsumpo wombu ne free na kyerɛ dɛ yɛ wɔ haw bim ɔnyɛ boapayo anada ahyɛda aka ɛne yakɔhwehwɛ tɛm bi yɛze bɔto do a yɛato ne zin brɔfo kɛse covid no ɔyɛ za osi ya Ghana yɛn nyinaa yɛhui na dama anamɔ na yɛtui no mɔti biara ɔma no ɔnkɔ n'enyim osande ansa na yɛbɔto dama anamɔ no chairman na ɛhwɛ yɛn growth rate a wiaza fane nyinaa gitum de no average about 7% as against 3% ayeba botoi ni yɛn kɔ nyina nyim ɛhwɛ yɛn debt to GDP ratio no ono so at least na ɔyɛ a bit encouraging ɛhwɛ
the one more figure was it was a bit encouraging.
Still are 18.
How encouraging was it?
Oh, you're right. I think. Oh,
sorry.
Every yen inflation, also yet so do from 15%. Yes, we do 9%. Naturally, we are that fenina yeka amana no worry na Ghana di marketing papa. Naturally, anamon pa. Man pain and now do down Kwakufa dozi in him. Yerutunu, no yanamona Bobo Ghana. Na one char Anna, Damson Sandia Yeri obey. Obey in Supono, yet chase the banning in H, near you in there, no do rucha. Anna one char Minian in say, in Suta Manganese, our mamma in Pesuado. Or honorable Manganese, a year to Nina, yazina kogu takra de habo yentum ship aba sama onam Ukraine nto kwa wesi na sa manganese gugana ha ni yentum ship abotu amensika wa bra ye ka boto na diamond na won wotum wa export na yenza yerutu no yentum yemfa nkwa mo ti biara menuanom Ghana fo obenya nsunsuando wo Ghana ha nti onye bosremka onye de ye chede ye ho no waton ne ye keke biara keke ehwe amana no nyinaa sabia bibia ana mana fango film kese pa ya ka ho asama me jizire ntum yi Russian film entisan ekusi wa obaka Ghana baby a hwiti wo pa ntum yi Ukraine film ekusi wa obaka Ghana oka ehwina oka nyua oka hwen enti onye bosremka na mamenka asembia ya mame Crystalline Georgieva yeah IMF one pain olka
IMF paying your mame
oh
I know it's just a context that metasi metamre how okay masha da mre how okay
enyi zukwanda mamkwan namputon kakre bia na sama me quote and I quote
Austin
Russia's invasion of Ukraine has precipitated serious economic and social consequences around the globe. Among them, many countries are now facing dangerous food shortages and sharply higher prices for food, energy, and fertilizers. These pressures occur at a time when countries' public finances are already stretched from the pandemic and public debt burdens are high, with inflation reaching the highest levels seen in decades. Vulnerable households in low and middle income countries are most at risk of acute food insecurity, and history has shown that hunger often triggers social unrest and violence. Unquote. Yamami asamorika nyide wiaza fene nyina ida bobo oye IMF funara ye kan IMF no osi wiaza fene nyina ida bobo onam ekwa wesi ewo Ukraine nansa na Ukraine kunumpo baba no ena yareba a wo fen covid no hawa manaman nti warankasa waya we de se Ghana reba onye wonwonwa Usande oyaza wesi wiaza fane nyina nti let us first of all accept yanjintum Ghana fo yanjintum there ɔhaw a yɛwɔ mu no yɛ ɔhaw a sɛbi yɛnsusu sɛbi ɛyɛ na ebinom yɛ mfanto ho na enuanom ndisifo kɔ IMF na wɔyɛ wɔka dɛ IMF nyɛ na chairman sɛ menye munua atik wɔ ha na sɛbi mpene duaso mfa nsusu na sɛbi ɔnom nsa na mutu no fo dɛ munua nsa na ɛnom pii no ɛnom brodo no ahwɛ ne yie a bɔkɔ kɔwie hospital wente masɛm uguda nom nsa no ɛna wakɔpɔi hospital ɛna sɛbia amia mutu no fo dɛ wanhwɛ ne yie a ɔbɔkɔ hospital ɔnam ne nsa nom no nti na mekyerɛ ne dɛ hospital nyɛ beebi a suban a ɔda n'ezi no ɔnyi dɛ ogyei ɔyɛ dɛ ogyei ayɛ dɛm ɔbɔkɔ no na sɛ nyame mpengu na sɛ ame akwanhyia bi atom ana menya accident na makɔpɔi hospital a me se ɔse ɛbɛn nti na tumufo dɛ mam kɔ hospital mehwɛ no man kɔ hospital na me menya akwanhyia nti why are you also going to the hospital ɔnyɛ the same.
And so at the end of the day when you're at hospital,
yes obviously but kwana na mona otu yi di kwae no no ya anamona nkobotum wejai oya anamona nkona abotum amanage no ho oya anamona nka obotum waboa no abra nka obotum we yinsa na kwa. Mismanaging the economy to get you to IMF is different from this pandemic getting you to IMF.
At the end of the day, all IMF be IMF, Abi?
Chairman, say IMF no onya bon in any way. Osande since I had to in any day. So how be ba?
Maybe a wait him no or me who do your one.
Oya bon because only in front of ya me.
Or me who the ambo bray and IMF.
Yes.
Ain't he IMF and actually ambo bray?
Chairman, say IMF no since ra was it to in any day. Say or how be ba? Today today war and a war no waba.
Onya war pet.
Oh no, but any reason you have to call in. Only in a church because
it's because of the war.
Yes, because
Ebentin yentimin June to me there. Whether or Russia Ukraine, whether you're COVID, whether or your balance of payment support.
No, that is it.
The mobile biano Messi aye boy brand yesika sem wa kwadwe. Enti our there IMF. Is that not the bottom line?
Chairman.
The yesika sem enkoye into ade IMF.
Yesika sem enkoye onam ohawa kwa orokodo no other brain.
Onyo no pe.
Chairman, by 2021, its debt to GDP was 79%.
I think talking about GDP, quick one, just a quick check. 2020 figures. Botswana's GDP was $15.7 billion. 2020, Ghana's GDP was at $72.3 billion.
No.
Okay. No problem. So when you finish your check, let me know. Yeah.
Chairman, menyo kase ewa.
Actually,
aya na yenu anum ni bi warrior infanto hu bi a sabi oya tete. Anza me kada amze menye Ghana fo na yare kasa.
Na yene togu fo yare kasa.
Inyana ya ye na dwende ye be ye propaganda. De ye ze ya manyo sem no. Hwe ane da na bi nyemere kansem bi no rekade na cement no boys so yes nanso menyo kase ehwe Nigeria cement no bo koro at the same value I mean at the in terms of value and quality our woman no oye 4,200 naira says ba Ghana
okay me time yaso
eko Cote d'Ivoire oye 5,500 safer. Said the boy 69. You know, when you in Ghana.
No. What kind of analysis?
Oh,
now exchange rate now. What is the exchange rate between the naira and the Ghana cedi?
The cedi is even far better than the naira.
So you see,
no, but I've brought it to the dispensation of the cedi.
You see, what you mean? The only way I'll bet me is if you were using what they call purchasing power parity. to do this, but you just take it, then he converts it into say dollars. No, they are multiplying Ghana Sikamu.
No. How?
But how did you come by this figure?
Just do your analysis. This is not an envelope.
German purchasing power for it is, if you had used that, if the price.
Mami Kobi salute his thoughts on this and let's close because in the meantime, let me say a very good morning from Accra to all of you listening to us on King's Jersey Radio in New Jersey, USA. Good morning to all of you from Accra at King's Jersey Radio. Have a beautiful day. Let me send a shout out to a few Army officer friends of mine. Colonel KK Afrifa, wherever you are, have a beautiful day. Colonel KK Afrifa Kinzo, bless you. And to you, Lieutenant Colonel Tando, have a beautiful day, Lieutenant Colonel Tando. And shouting out to you, Lieutenant Colonel Franka Jiman, aka Stoner. Happy birthday to you. God bless you richly. I have only like 10 more minutes to get out. This one says, anyway, Alex Ibrahim.
Kwame. Mamenzi Kancha. About Fasi Minya, Dr. James Asulinsi.
How do you do?
Name Uncle Eric upon somebody.
Tax expert.
Kwame. Aya Abrabomu ne 20 feet to form or there Sanfa. No. It's only a fool who doesn't change his mind. Mejizi there during the 2016 campaigning. And some the then candidate Nana Akufo-Addo and ne running mate Dr. Bawumia Kane. It's like wa boomerang asana bohodo. Nti yebeye men. President Nana Akufo-Addo, I can beat my chest to say there in my political life he's one of the best presidents we have ever had. But Ghana,
no doubt.
Ghana, what they do is that the very people who are so nationalistic are to move country forward in, they demonize them, bastardize them. Then some years after, they will come and say, no, Jade Bope, no, yo. I can give you an example like Kutua Champo. Today, you can say, you bo Kutua Champo, you bo Kwame Nkrumah. And say, do we have to live like that? Sure. Papa take over from 2016. Why at Papa? So let us ask ourselves, COVID you obey. So ye binuma into obey then. You need to ask yourself. We are getting into our 70s. And see politics, we have involved ourselves. And see, but asamaba wala kakan sama tro asama wabi mejizi there nje we should respect the president for asking the government to go and negotiate with the IMF.
We didn't do that with
Mbojo. I guess I'm
sorry,
I beg you.
Sorry.
I was the fielder. I'm a challenge me a food soldier. Malami a food.
Professor Emeritus food soldier.
Kwame.
Yeah.
For President Nana Akufo-Addo to say there, let us go and negotiate with IMF. In spite of all that he has said, let's give him respect for it.
He had no choice, did he?
No, don't. Maba, he is not like others.
Because he did not cause the Ukraine war.
No. I mean, aya, baby, Odu, baby, maybe equalizations.
We need to even analyze the direct effects of the war on Ghana.
Some of MPP communicators, they are just one statement here is to disjoint whatever. But there should be a uniform statement. And I'm pleading to the president that he should come out and speak to the nation. Reasons why he went to the IMF. It is very, very, very important. The second suggestion I will make to the president, on there, he should place the finance ministry under Dr. Bawumia. No, it's a fact. No two ways about it.
Possible.
No, but you see, sometimes you need to sacrifice people. It's important in politics. You will have to sacrifice your own. Until no man yen akanfo yedi enezi o send there in your besia or the neighbor benin or the boafare. Until sometimes you need to sacrifice. Until that ministry should come under Dr. Bawumia. That's the best thing. Because on the way lead the team in. And the final minister can eat his cake and have it. If he should go and lead the people to IMF. How?
Benton, you're only finance minister.
Oh, master.
He may have all the figures.
On the market there. Baby. I mean, men get all in his own. Men cut them. And I will never say that.
Yeah.
Because he knows the reason why I ordinary her. But what I'm saying in this critical moment, you when you IMF negotiating from another one. Dr. Bawumia has to play a reading role because someone is all being directed to Dr. Bawumia because he's the potential president. That's the whole thing. The gameplay it is president or there legacy will protect him now. Then you should place the finance ministry under Dr. Bawumia.
Kweku Bakusi ebubo leaders bidding or say Bububio. I say, oh, presidents be a bubo with you.
Oh, Kutu Ajampo.
I say, ask Alote. I said, Kutuhu. Is it the same Kutu Ajampo you people did demonstrations against?
Yeah, against you. Yeah, but when it comes to housing, you say, oh, Kutu Ajampo.
The same Kutu now we are demonstrating here. It's just a I say, the Kutuhu.
Is it Kwani?
Yes, Alote. What's the man?
Baby, you're doing it. Let's see what will come out of the IMF issue.
Mate, and then maybe just 1 minute, I'll give that to you just 1 minute shortly. But let me just do a few dedications here. It says, happy birthday to Rich Love Mensa of Kokrokoo Board and Bossman Ban of NPA head office. Enjoy your celebrations. Rich Love Mensa of Kokrokoo Board and Bossman Ban of NPA head office is from Lofty Bright of the Ministry of Lands and Natural Resources. Lofty Bright, interesting name. Your deputy minister is here. And let me just shout out to Lieutenant Colonel Kwesi Pipra of 4BN in Kumasi, to you Colonel George Sam, to you Colonel Richard Mensah, and to you Colonel Seloma Mengo aka Ranger, and to you Colonel Sam Achampong aka Tusame, wishing you guys all the best of the day. Have a great listening time. Yes, I think now today.
But I think answer never because I'm there. I think this country hasn't come to a standstill.
No, not at all.
It cannot.
No. But that is the impression being created. That to look as if this country has come to a standstill. That's why I say we have a leader. We have a leader. And that leader is Nana Akufo-Addo.
I think Obisiman Kanchel say this thing about Botswana, you may have gotten it wrong.
Very well. But the point.
And then secondly, this thing about e-levy and mobile operators. Now, if you are merchants, merchant to merchant, you don't pay.
No, you don't pay. Yeah.
No, I'm a consumer. I'm not talking about merchant to merchant.
Business.
No. I'm talking about consumers. When you are doing.
Don't worry. What was the issue you wanted to?
I think in America,
we use in this country. It's called consumer price index. We don't use producer price index in this country to calculate inflation. It's consumer price index. I'm not talking about a supplier buying from another supplier. That's not the point. And I produce and that's not what I'm talking about.
What could create a problem about him? Only George Kwatian Samba.
Oh, and skip his message.
They are jubilant. But Ghanaians are refusing to pay taxes.
Chairman,
time I couldn't say much.
Yeah, if you have a minority, what you pay, the Ghanaians are not paying taxes.
But is it true?
It is true.
It is true. It is true.
They want to be paid.
His voice. I mean, they have his tape, so he can request for it and play.
No, Chairman.
But he was jubilating. He was happy.
Would you agree with them? Some people are now happy because e-levy revenue is not making an impact. and they are encouraging people not to pay taxes.
Maybe they are feeling vindicated about their prediction.
Maybe they are predictions.
No, me, for example, I said, look, I made the point.
Ghanaians are not paying taxes, and you are happy.
No, as for paying taxes, everybody must pay taxes.
I mean,
Me, my issue is this. No, I agree. As for taxes,
Next week, baby, IMF,
the point is this: say you go and place tax on a particular. You see, on a digital technology like Momo, what the tax are better so. And Kahun say your receipts depend on volumes. Chairman, yes, sir. Now, if people find ways of reducing volumes now, it only tells you, say, sir,
it is wrong.
I think
tax avoidance is not criminal.
Let me ask you one question. Yabediaku says, but for COVID-19 and the Russian-Ukraine war, Ghana would not have gone to IMF. Is the difference between MPP and NDC? Do you agree?
I don't agree.
Okay.
Because 2021, we recovered. The economy even grew by the third quarter averagely by 3.9%.
So we're headed for
from 0.4 to 3.9. With not just the economy had resumed, like bouncing back. But we continue to do the things that are pre-COVID.
But you see, that is where you've left that space.
Okay, so let me take the shouting voices out of your ears. And let's say happy birthday to Manfred Kwesi Frimpong of Rose Hill Mall in Medina. Manfred Kwesi Frimpong is from Sika to you. They are still screaming their heads off over there. I'll just wrap it up slowly. Mr. David Achampong, a.k.a. Wafa Kojo of PKF. Good morning to you, Mr. David Achampong, a.k.a. Wafa Kojo of PKF. Have a good day. It's from Eric Ampon Sabwating of the tax department to you. Wishing you a very solid day. I gotta go, man. I gotta go.